Hey everybody, it's Mark, the Diz Daddy. So excited to talk to you guys today about one of my favorite topics and probably the biggest question that I get, most frequent question I get, and that is how do we get through the parks and as much of the rides and attractions as humanly possible. So today I'm going to talk about my system. Now, I developed my system a few years back when I was a youth counselor. I worked as a youth counselor for 3 summers while I was in college, and I had a group of friends and we're all like, we want to go to Disneyland, and I said, perfect, let me take over, because I'm a Disney nerd. That's what I love to do. I love taking people to Disneyland. So I had each summer I had a group of about 50 plus people that I took through Disneyland. Now that's a big challenge because I wanted to make sure that they got through as much as humanly possible in the 3 days that we were there. So I created this system and I developed it. And I think it would work for anybody, a couple or a family or 5 families. It doesn't matter. It's just a system that I've utilized that I think works great. So before you even go into the park, the first thing that I would do is I would designate a runner. And what I mean by a runner is I'm talking about somebody who's willing to go and get a fast pass while everybody else is grouped together. So for my family or my friends and family, when I take them, it's usually me, just because I know where I'm going and what I'm doing. So I would pick somebody out to go do that. And it's not like you're going to be gone from them for long periods of time. It's usually just a couple minutes so that you can go run and grab a fast pass and then run back. So that's the first thing I would do. Now, second of all, if you have a map, a Disneyland map, I'd love to have it be in front of you if you have one at this time. If you don't, just go to the Disneyland.com website or just Google Disneyland map and you can get one. So pause really quick, get that map before you come back, and we'll talk about the rest. All right, are you ready? Here we go. This is what helps us get through the parks, and it's such a great system, and I hope it works for you guys too. So first and foremost, we know, and Disney has done statistics. When I was working there and I went through the Traditions program and the management training program, they talked about one of these statistics, which is about 85 to 90% of people that go to Disneyland start off on the right side of the park. So it's just human nature. For whatever reason, the way our brains work, when we have a choice to go right or left, we generally choose to go right. So my wife and I, we always start on the left side of the park. So we walk down Main Street, we veer a left into Adventureland on our way to New Orleans Square, because that's just our favorite. I mean, we could spend hours in New Orleans Square and not even think twice about it. So we go and we pick up a fast pass on our way to New Orleans Square at Indiana Jones. So here's just a little, this is teeny tiny. I found this online. Sorry, it's so small. So this is an example of a fast pass. If you don't know what it is, they have little kiosks at not each attraction, but each of the major attractions where you can pick this little guy up, and it tells you a time, as you see right there, shows you a time when you can return to go on that ride. So literally this little pass is kind of like saving your space in line. That's what it does. But what is really important, what a lot of people miss, is there's a little time down here at the bottom as well, and that time tells you when is the next time that you can get a fast pass. So one of the big factors in my fast pass system is make sure that you have 2 fast passes in hand before you use one of them. So for example, we get the Indiana Jones fast pass. When it comes to a system, you're going to be super tempted to, especially if it's a short line, to just go ride that ride. And if you want to, that's totally great. That's the best part about my system, is it leaves some flexibility. But we usually grab the fast pass and then we go and we do Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a 20-minute attraction. And then we go do Haunted Mansion. That's a 10 to 15-minute attraction. Generally, when you get to the park, first thing, generally by the time you get those 2 rides done, well, then you have your Indiana Jones Fast Pass, and the time at the bottom says that you can get another one. So before I head back to Indiana Jones, I leave my family there at Haunted Mansion, and I run and I go grab Fast Passes for Splash Mountain. So now I have 2 Fast Passes in my hand. And so I go back and I ride the Jungle Cruise, Indiana Jones, do that stuff there, and start making our way back, or before we make our way back to Splash Mountain and Critter Country area, I look and I see if I can get another fast pass. If I can, I leave my family there and I hurry and I run to either Star Tours or Space Mountain to get a fast pass there. Now some of you might think, well, why not get one for Thunder Mountain? It's just right there. The reason I don't get a fast pass for Thunder Mountain is because it is one of the most efficient rides at Disneyland, meaning they can generally pump people through quicker than any other attraction. So usually a 30-minute wait, even though it says 30 minutes, it's not going to feel like 30 minutes because they're getting people through there really quick. But if it is a busy, busy summer day or you're there on a holiday, then yes, by all means, feel free to get a fast pass for Thunder Mountain, especially if the wait is 30 minutes or more. That's what I would do, is get a fast pass for Thunder. If not, then I head over to where I know it's going to be a huge line for either Star Tours or Space Mountain. Grab one of those fast passes, and then I go meet my family over by Splash Mountain. So then we do Splash Mountain, we do Winnie the Pooh, we come back, make our way back through, and go do Thunder Mountain Railroad. And then, usually by the time you've done Winnie the Pooh, Splash, Thunder Mountain, your fast pass time will start for Space Mountain or Star Tours. Does that make sense? So that's how my system works. So we've kind of started at Adventureland, we fast pass the major rides, go up to Critter Country, come back through Thunder Mountain, and then we go do Tomorrowland area, Space Mountain, Star Tours, etc. So before you use your fast pass for either Space Mountain or Star Tours, I suggest getting a fast pass for the other ride the other ride that's in Tomorrowland, the other big ride. So by that time, generally, when we do this, we are generally done with the big rides by 1 o'clock. So then what we do is we go, we've done Buzz, we've done Autopia by 1:30, and then we go and we get lunch in Fantasyland. We like to go to the Pinocchio's cafe that they have there, just because we like the food. And then when we're done eating, we just kind of do all the stuff in Fantasyland. So that's what we do to get through all of those rides. And then you can go do whatever you want, because really people's biggest concern is getting those big attractions down. And that's what this system will help you do. And then you can just do whatever you want. But as far as fast passes goes in my system, those are my 4 big things. Number 1, make sure that you have a runner. Number 2, start on the left side of the park. It's going to be the least busy in the morning. Number 3 is to make sure you have 2 fast passes in your hand at one time. And then number 4 is don't fast pass a ride if you don't need to. So like Thunder Mountain, generally speaking, you're going to get through that line pretty quickly. And then you just wash, rinse, and repeat. I mean, that's pretty much how the system works. So if you have any more questions or whatever, as you know, just email me. I'm more than happy to answer those questions. If you have suggestions or if you have another system that works, that's what we have these forums for. Like I said, this website is to help every Disney nerd unite and to utilize our knowledge and our experience and our resources to help families to get the most out of their Disney experience. Anyways, this is Mark, the Diz Daddy, telling you to dream big, work smart, lift others, and spread the magic. I'll talk to you next time.